Hi all, welcome to the stream, and we are back, and we'll try to play a few games today. But before that, let's just do a little warm up. Let's just solve a few puzzles. But even before that, let me just make some adjustments to the camera. Um, okay, this should. Give me a moment. Should have done that before the stream, but then again. Mm-hmm. Better? Yeah, better. Okay, let me just try it one more time. Actually, the wire is coming on the stream, which is what I'm trying to avoid. Um. Okay, wait. Let me add a clipper to that. Mm, better. Yeah. I'm not sure why this orange light is appearing. Anyhow, I mean, obviously it's a ring light, but let me make a few adjustments with the ring light as well. Yeah. Yeah, this is better, I believe, but then this is more white, right? Um, yeah, this is better. Yeah. Okay, let's go for it. It's white to play. Yeah. Uh, okay. So yeah. Nice. Okay. Good. So it's white to play. I think I can capture here. I think I've solved this puzzle or something on these lines. I have to capture on F4, pawn F4, and then probably play king D3. Let's say king D4, H4 is there. Yeah, something like this. But obviously, the first move is to capture on F4. Because if king F2, he can just play H4, and then this is kind of a draw. So let's go for D4, D3 here. The idea is to outflank my opponent, and now this should do the trick. I mean, I can play H4 also, preventing any king movement to G5. Because if I play king E4, king G5 is there, and then he's coming to H4. So let's go for H4. Yeah, there we go. So it's white to play here. King H5 looks good here. H4 takes, and then he has got what? king g6, king g4. He's got h6. I mean, okay, maybe. Yeah, I can play h4, but then he can just play h6 here. Let's go for king h5 here. And then king h6. Or h4, pawn h4, king h4. King f6, king g4, king e5, and then king g6 is the idea. Yeah. Ooh, h4 is not the move. h6, h3. Nice. Okay. So black to play here. c4 has been played. And now the queenside pawns are fixed, right? So what about g5? King g5 here. King g5. Black is in kind of a zugzwang. Captures, I can just capture with either of the pawn. That should help. But then the problem is king g5, we can just push for d5, at which point of time maybe I can play king e5, gaining the diagonal opposition. But then what about king g4? Yeah. What about captures on d4? Captures on d4, e3, king f3, e2, king e2, and then king e4. And then I think that will be better. That looks better because if I play king g5, d5 is there. Yeah, let's capture. Play e3. Again, king g5 is better with king pawn d5, right? Okay, I was anticipating e3 here. What's the right move then? But okay, let me just, I'm not sure. Then it makes sense. Let me just do a quick analysis. Why after captures g5 is a good move? Can't just right play d5. Okay, king f5. Oh, nice. So the idea is before we start playing games to reach to 2350. I guess that's what I aimed in my last stream as well. Anyhow, king e5 has been played. What can we go for? So we have two connected pass pawns on the queen side. Now he might play king d4. Sorry, king d5 with the idea of pushing e5 and e4. b5, let's say. Sorry, let's say b5. Yeah, king d5. b6, king c5, and then king e4. Captures. But the problem is I cannot really leave the square of this pawn. Cannot leave this these two squares. But other than, because then the pawn on d4 would queen, right? Let's see. b5, king d5, b6, and he has to go to c6 there. And then he just capture maybe. Yeah. Let's go for b5 here. Now it's threatening to play pawn e5, e4. Let's see. So can we play v6 here? Yeah. Got it. It's white to play. Oh, I can outflank him with king d6. King f6 is there. But what about f5? Takes, I get the opposition, but then he can play. Yeah, but then even if he plays a5, we have got king g5. We are winning this pawn, creating a pass pawn, right? Although it's a rook pawn, but then again, This might give us some chances. So yeah, let's go for f5. Ooh, king d6 or what? Nice. Okay, these are pretty difficult, this particular puzzle, because the idea is to make a pawn move in such a way that we don't lose the opposition, or if we lose, we get to a better position. So it's black to move anyhow. I'm thinking about playing h5 here, because of the simple reason that I mean, if I play e5, so at some point of time we can just capture or put some pressure on e5. So h5 maybe. This also restrict the movement of g4 pawn. I mean, I can play h5, g6 is also good. But let's go for h5 here. Come on. What's the move then? e5, really? I don't even know what's the right move here. h5. Okay. Okay, let's play with the black pieces. Yeah, h3 looks good. Check. King h3, f3, but then you can just capture. Similarly with f3 check, king f3, h3, king g3 is there. Nice. And obviously cannot come to h3 or f3. Why? Because let's say if he comes to h3, f3 is the way to go. If he captures on h4 and f2 and then we queen. So maybe let's just make a waiting move with king b7 here. And then what? Come back to c7 here. c7, a6 is there. Should I come back? Oh, nice. Okay, so we have come down to 2200. Let's give this position some time. I think in this position, king e6 forces white to make a move. If he plays, let's say h5, we just block. g5 we still block. a3 is bad, or a4, because then we just take the pawn on the a5 and then we promote. So yeah, king e6, and we just block, because if he captures, and then we are in a Zook's rank. So let's just play g5 here. Come on. Now what? Really? But what's the problem with g5 here? Yeah, I mean, I thought this is a drawish position. Okay. I think first we need to resolve this tension between these two pawns. Maybe let's say capture on d6, capture on d6, then we capture on g4, he captures on d5, at which point of time we can play king f5, gaining the opposition. Maybe king c4, but then king e6 is there. Yeah. Nice. what? King g5. If he captures king f5, should be the move. Right, nice. Okay. So he's trying to come to c4. King d3 defends c4. King d3 defends c4, but then let's say if you play something like f4 captures. I mean, I have the h passed pawn, and this f pawn is still in the reach of my king. So king d3 looks good here. Really? Okay, let's see. So if this king were not on e4, I think the idea would be to break in the center with, and then whichever pawns captures on g5, you push the other pawn, in this case the h5 pawn, to clear the way for this pawn, the other pawn, I mean the pawn where the file is opened up. But in this position, king c4, yeah, captures does not work because then you can just play king f5 here. What if we just push for g5? If he captures, we capture back with the h pawn. However, he can push for h5, and then we can maybe go for king b3. Yeah. And now we're getting the queen first here. I can play king b3 here. Should be winning. Yeah. Nice. Okay. King d4 should be the move, because if I capture on h6, king captures, he has got king h5, which I don't want to allow. So let's play king d4, improve our king's position. Now if I play king e5, we can play king e7. So maybe king d5, king f7, and then king d6 should be the move, and then capture with the h pawn. Nice. So we're back in 2300 zone. So these two pawns are, I mean these two pairs of pawns are blocked. So the game is on the queen side, right? Let's say capture on a6, king captures king b4. I've got king b4, and then what? Can he stop king b5? I mean, if I play king b4, he can just lock the position. So let's just, yeah. Now here's the thing. If I play king b4, he can play king f6, and then I don't have king a5 available. I mean, then I can play king b3 here. King b3, forcing him to capture. Maybe then king b4. Now, king b5, king b7. Although I can play a5, captures, pawn captures, king b7, king b5, king c7, then we go king c5. So yeah, maybe a5 looks good here. Really? Is king b5 the move here? Okay. Okay, I mean, I don't get the difference. What if I play a5 right away? Oh, nice. I did not see king a6. My bad. Okay. king b4 comes straight to my mind. However, these two pawns are something that I need to take care of. Because let's say they play g4 and f3. Captures, and then I'm not sure if I'll be able to stop the pawns. However, I can play h3 here. Right? Yeah, h3 should be the move to be played. Let's say if I play any of the moves on the king on the queen side, they can play g4 there, right? And then f3 cannot be stopped, right? So let's play h3 here. And now king c3 is something that's pretty obvious, I believe. Yeah. Nice. So we have g3 here. I'm thinking about f5, pawn f5, king f5, but then he can just play king d4. Yeah, he's trying to win the a5 pawn, and maybe then I play what, like something like g4. If captures, king captures. Okay, maybe then he can play something like king c4. I capture, king b5, h6, king a5, sorry, h4 then, yeah, a4, h3, a5, h2, a6, and I promote, right? f5, because king d3 and king c4 is coming anyhow, so let's play for f5. Really? f6 or what? Nice. Wow. These are pretty annoying puzzles, but then again, they are hidden. How should I put it? There are hidden nuances in every position which I need to learn. Anyhow, so the queen side is jam-packed. Yeah, my opponent's king position is a little better because he's on his third rank. I'm on a second rank only. And let's see. So we are equal in material in that, in the terms of the pawn and all. Now, one idea could be capture on e4, pawn e4, king f2, and then try to create some play on the king side. Yeah, let's go for this. And now king f2 is the move. Now here's the thing. King g3, king e6, king g4. Let's go king g3, king g4, because he's trying to capture on, he's trying to go for king f5. King g4 has to be played here. Maybe g6, planning h5 there. But then I can just play king. Yeah, I think he has to play king f6 now. Now g6 and h5 could be an idea here. However, I can play h4 here. The other option could be to play f5 and then king f4 and attack the pawn on e4. But the moment I play f5, he'll play king e5, and then I'm not sure. If I play h4, you can play maybe h6, and then I can play h5 even. Try to lock these pawns. However, after h4, if he plays h6, h5 is the move, but h4, g6 could be an idea. h5 captures on h5, king f5, king h6. But then yeah, okay, maybe then the f pawn becomes a pass pawn. So yeah, h4 should be the move here. Oh, okay, f5. Wow. But then he can come to e5. Okay, I'm not Yeah, so first of all you have to capture on the f file, on the on the g file with my h pawn. Captures, and then we capture back on f5, pawn f5, and then maybe king d4. d6. But let's see, if we capture on f5 directly, he can capture on h5, right? And f6, then he can play king d6 and the pawn is stopped basically, and then the h5 pawn cannot be stopped. And now we can play g5 here. Yeah. There's something inside. Yeah, there's something inside that brings me back to you. Yeah. No, I can't hide it. No, why not king b5? Maybe king d5 and he's faster. Let's capture the f pawn. H pawn captures back, and then we play h5 here, right? Because this is a pass pawn. Guess this is the move then? I'm not sure. Okay, now this is interesting. I can capture on c5, king c6, right? And then I can play f4, gf4, and g5. Now the king, yeah, this should be good because we are forming a square with my pawns. Nice. I have to be aware of the a6 pawn. f4 captures. We will still be able to defend the pawn on f4. Nice. Now this is this how it should have been? Okay, so let's make it let's make sure that we hit 2350 before we play a game today. Otherwise, we're not playing a game. Yeah, let's do that. Now the first, my first checkpoint is 2300, obviously. You think I'm someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change. I guess I have to play king b4 here, because if I don't, maybe I can't really get into the square of the. I can. Maybe king b4. And if he plays d3, maybe we can just come back to c3. We are defending the pawn, he can capture there. Not sure. Because let's say if I play g4, e3, and then I really cannot stop that pawn. Even if I capture. Let's play b4 here. King c3. Okay, now I can capture on. Nice, because I can reach to the kingside pawns very easily. So let's say if I capture on h4, he captures on a4. I come to d3. Let's say e2. I capture. I mean, it looks like I can capture, but then the problem is it's a rook pawn, and my other pawn will also be on the h file. So maybe let's play g4. Yeah, nice. Okay. So you're materially equal. And I have more space, you see, so I can play a6 here. I mean, I can really roam with my king as well. King c6, king b5. But the problem is king c6, he can play a4. Lock the pawns on the queen side. a6 with the idea of playing a5 maybe, but then he can, even if I planish to play a5, he can just play b5, right? And then this b pawn is pain. Maybe king c6, or I can play a6 right away. a4 is still there. King c6. The king has to make a move then. Let's say king d2. King b6, facilitating a5. But then he can play b5, right? But what about b? I mean, I can play a5. I can afford that because my opponent's king's position is not that great. I think I'm going to go for the gamble with a5 here, right? Maybe a4 now, right? Because then we can just have some play against the b pawn and then the a pawn also. So yeah, it's white to move. Again, I have my opponent has more space, but I would say my king's position is a little better. Because I mean, also my f5 pawn and the h3 pawn has locked the entire king side, right? The king is protecting the key squares for my opponent's king to enter. So let's just play a3 here. Also a4. Let's say a4. He can just push. Maybe if he captures, I capture back, and my opponent's king is in a zugzwang. What about a3? A4 looks good here. A4 making a committal move. Let's say also gains space. BA4 and BA4. King C6. And then we can play C4, captures. But then he has got King D6 there, trying to come to E5. And because we have a pawn on A4, I can just play King B5 there. King E5. Okay, let's go for A4. Right, now it's captured this way. And now, obviously, C4. Nice. Great. Now let's focus on reaching to 2320. Yeah. Okay, now this is interesting. I think I can play H4 there. GH4, and then we can just capture on F4, because even if he plays F5, he will be Okay, we are not in the square of the pawn. F4 should be the move, yeah. We are queening. And then you can just win this pawn and probably exchange the queens. Okay. I'm thinking about g5 here. I can also capture an f5, pawn h5, and then let's say king d5. Let's see, he manages to play king f6, king e6, king e4. I can just capture, maybe. Then he has got king d5, king f5, and then this pawn on e5 is a threat. Or b5, I mean, or g5 also looks good here. f6. But then the only question is after g5, can I really win this position? Okay, maybe it can be a draw, but after g5, I'm not sure if I can really win the position. g5. Let's say king d, g5, king d3. And then my king is restricted to this square, right? Let's just capture. And now I mean d5 is the move, I believe. Also h6 is there, but then he can play king e4. Let's just play king d5 here. Oh, strange. So h6. Not sure what's the right move. Let's see. Okay, but let's see what's the problem with king d5. Nice, got it. So we have f5 into position. Obviously, I would not take on f5. I would just improve my opponent's king's position. What about king c4? Because I'm not afraid of capture. If my opponent captures on e4, I can just capture back, and then we have maybe king f6 there. But then I can just play around the e pawn, right? Let's go for king c4 here. Yeah, let's capture. Okay, now I can play h4. If he plays king c6, I can play g3, but then he can play h6 himself, and then I will be in a zugzwang. So let's see. King b5, trying to outflank him. Let's say if he plays king d7 there, I have got king b4 also, taking the diagonal opposition. Because king b5, king d7, and yeah, okay, king c5. I'm trying to reach to the e5 pawn. Maybe he can play king e6, king d5, king f6, and then let's say h4, h g6, h3. I mean, b4 and b5 both look equally good. Because even if I play king b4, I'm not really giving him any squares. I mean, obviously I'm taking the opposition. Oh, hi, issue. Yeah, king b6 looks. Sorry, you're saying king b5? Yeah, I mean, but equally good as king b4 here, right? I'm taking the diagonal opposition. Why did Spotify stop? Is it? Just give me a moment. I'll be back. I'll just play some songs on Spotify. Yeah, but yeah, what about king b4 here, Ishu? King b4 also looks good here, right? I'm not really giving him any squares. I mean, king b5 is also good, but I'm just thinking about what's wrong with king b4 here. That's a more structured approach. Let's say king b4. If you play something like g5, I've got g3 there. Let's go for king b4. My bad. King b5. Anyhow, wait, we were close to 23-20, right? Not sure. Okay, I really cannot do anything about the f pawn. It's going to queen anyhow. But what about if I capture on c4? Or also h5, f4, h4, c5. I can play g b3 there, right? Captures. The only problem is if he plays f6, b2, f7, we also queen, he queens with check, and then we can capture on c4, right? Yeah. Now I also have a3 available because I'll queen with the, let's say a3, f6, a2, f7, I queen, he queens. Yeah, let's just capture on b. Come on. I'll be back in a moment, guys. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So I'm thinking about king f4 here, king g2, king f5, king f2, g4, king g3 maybe, and then I've got a4, a5 is there. I'm not sure if I can save the g4 pawn. I also have g4, captures. Yeah, that looks good. King g2 and then f4. Yeah, let's go for this variation, g4. I can capture on f4 and save the f pawn as well. Nice. Okay, capture on h5, king h5, f6. Yeah, this should be the way to go. h4, king h4, captures. Okay, I can capture on f5 here. Let's see. ef5, king f5, h6, king f6, h5, f7, h3, maybe king f8, h2, e7, I promote. Sorry, e6 and e7. I guess I can hold this position because the pawn is on e7, and um, that's queen pawn, right? A king pawn basically. Um, but if I capture on f5, you can first capture on h5 and then f6 maybe, because even if it plays e6, I have got f7 or f8. Yeah, let's capture, and now f6. Nice. Capturing on e6 looks pretty tempting and pretty obvious as well. But then he's got g4 there. King e6, g4. King e6 looks good here, but he has got g4. I'm not really sure how to proceed with that after that position. Maybe king d6, king f5, c5, pawn c5, king c5, king f6. And we can just promote. I mean, push the pawn maybe. Yeah. I mean, capturing on e6 is the move. Let's go for this first. Okay, g3. King d6. King f5, c5. Pawn captures, king captures. King f6, d4, king g7, d3, king h7, d2, g6, and we promote. g7. This will be a little tough to defend because this is a g pawn. Or will it be? No, I think it will be easier because it's a knight pawn. Let's go for king d6 here. Now c5, yeah, that's the way to go. Okay, this looks good. King d4, even if he plays c3, we have got king d3, and then we are going to win the pawn because we will be in the critical squares of the c3 pawn. I can play c3 here. Let's say king d1, king c4. Yeah, c3 looks good. King c3 is also good, but then he has got something like king b1 maybe. King d1 and then he can play c3. Yeah, so let's go for c3. Really, king c3 was the move. Oh yeah, I thought about king c3. I'm not sure why I played c3. Anyhow, let's break this barrier of 2300. Let's reach to 2350. Okay, so I have to do with something on the queen side. Try to get a pass pawn maybe. c4. Let's say if he plays b4, captures. I've got c5 and then king c4, right? Nice. Nice, 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 nice. I'm not pretty sure how to proceed now. Guys, I'll be back in a moment. Yep, there I am. King c3. Even if he pushes for b5, b4, sorry, cap. That's not possible because I can just capture. I think king c3. Even if manages to play king d6, I can play b4, king c6, but what about a4, king d6, captures, king c6, before king c4 there, right? Yeah, maybe a4 is the move. Really? Let's view the solution. And then what? ab5. Oh, nice. To get to the c4 square. Nice. So we have king h4, yeah? So I have to play on the queen side, right? The first move that comes to my mind is king b5, king c4, and hit the pawn. Let's go for this. Nice. Now preventing king c4. a5 and a4. It's frustrating, man. Okay, let's see. Let's give it some time. Pawn f4, king f4, king f6. Let's say h4. King g6. There. Oh, is it? I made a mouse slip. I wanted to capture an f4. Anyhow, g4, f5. King g5 looks good. Yeah, let's go for king g5 here. Nice. But let's see what's the problem with in this position. What's the problem with pawn f4? Let's say h4, king g6. Yeah, king d4. Yeah, it's a draw. Right. Okay, so you've got something happening on the queen side with b3. However, my opponent's king position is pretty good. He can probably stop b3. But what about a3 and b3? Yeah, a3 and b3 now. Nice. Nice. So we have something going on the king side. I'm thinking about maybe okay. The only problem is my opponent's king is I mean, if I have my pawn on h3, then he cannot really stop that, right? Let's start with h4. If he pushes for g4, captures on g4, captures on g4, h3. However, if I play h4, he can capture on f5, right? And then g3, he has got king d2 there. And what about g4? And let's say hg4. Capture back on g4. Let's say king e3, h4, and then he has got ample of time to protect the pawn on h4. Stream wide. Hey, thanks a lot, Amit. Thanks a lot. I am new to this streaming arena, so yeah, thanks for the appreciation. Means a lot. I also have f4. But then if he captures, I can capture back. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's analyze h4 first. h4. If he captures on h4, we play g4. Yeah. If he captures on g4, we captures on g4 back, and then he can play h5, g3, and then he can play king d2. That's bad. After h4, if he captures, we have to capture back, and then he captures on f5, right? Yeah, exactly. So maybe h4 is not good. So what about g4? Let's say we capture on f4 over there. Then we can just capture on h3, f6, h2, f7. Also, my king is in the square of the pawn if the captures ever takes place on f5, or even if the pawn comes to f6, I can just come to king d7 and then can stop, right? So maybe we can just right now not worry about pawn capturing on f5. Yeah. So let's see g4. Let's say shut downs everything with h4. And then f4. gf4. gf4. King e4. Okay, maybe that could work. g4. I think I'm going to go for g4. Captures back. f4 is also good here. f4. I'm not sure. f4. f4, not sure. g4. If he captures, let's say we capture with the g h pawn, and then everything is just stuck, right? And then maybe h5, h4 could be the idea. Captures back, but then he has got d3 there. No, f4. King will block. f4, I did not get a commit. Should I play f4? Should I not go for f4? I mean, f4, gf4 and gf4. And then what? The only problem is he has got 3 to 2. Although my king is there to defend the queen side, it's just that I'm stuck with the king side play. h5. Not play f4. Okay, and why is that? f4. Could you probably share your continuation after f4? f4 and gf4, gf4. Everything. Maybe you can play h4. Yeah, and then play h4. g4 will block white king to come in. Play h4. g4 will block the king to come, white king to come in. But what after h4? Let's say if he captures on h4, and then what? I mean, if you could just give me a full continuation, it would be easier for both of us to make sense. Not falling out. Train of thought. h4, gh4, and then g4. Yeah, okay, h4 looks good, no doubt. Captures. Will you play the match now with me? Yeah, Tech, why don't you ping me your username? We can definitely go for it. Let's go for h4. No, I mean, that's not the move to be played. g4 is also not the move. There we go. Look, f4 was what I wanted to play, and now let's just capture this way maybe. g4. This should be easy. King b4. Ooh, we lost two puzzles back to back. Let's reach to 2300 at least, man. c5, pawn c5, pawn c5, king c5, and e5. King d5, I've got king f6 there. c4, I think we are playing with black pieces, Amit. c4, you went c5 here? c5. Yeah, I think I'm also thinking about c5. Let's go for this. Come on! Shh. Ah, yeah, okay, I can play g5 here. And let's just capture. Nice. Okay, sure, Turjo the Beast. Let's issue you a challenge on leeches. Ah, turns out you're not on leeches. I only play on leeches, man. My bad. Then do show your leeches ID, man. I would love to play a game. Okay, so I'm thinking about FG5, FG5, and then we have got. I'm not sure if you've got anything there. I think we have to first of all resolve the tension on G5, right? H5, H5, F5, right? And let's say King C6. Shashank, what's? Oh my bad. Uh, I'm not sure if I can edit the video title while I am live, but maybe tomorrow definitely we can go for that. By the way, nice to have you on stream. You have been pretty consistent with the stream, so thanks for that. Okay, so maybe FG5, FG5, H5, King C6. Or H takes, takes. Hmm. I think Turjo the Beast is creating an ID on leeches. I'm thinking about capturing uh, on the G5 square with the H pawn, at G5, and however he captures back, I play King E3 there. I would not play you, Sudeep, but I would definitely play with you a game of chess. Uh, so if you're on leeches, do share your email with me. I mean, the user ID with me, and I'll issue you your challenge. Or you can issue me a challenge as well. And now what? Yeah, H5 and then good. Nice. Oh, so we have our first contestant, Slayer 0001. Let's go for. He's offline at the moment. Tech, I'm not sure if you're there. Yeah, let's issue him a challenge. Let's go for time control. 10-0. That's what I usually play. Looks like he's offline. I'm not sure, Tech, if you are there, but sure, Sudeep, we'll definitely go for a game with you. Slayer is offline at the moment. We'll wait for, let's say, a minute or so. If he accepts the challenge, great. Otherwise, we'll be playing with Sudeep Bhatt Rai. Yep. Okay. I think he's. There we go. We have our game. Got it. We are playing with black pieces. D4. Let's go for D6. Yeah. Ooh, okay. So we have. I'm not sure what exactly this opening is. We are going for perk defense, by the way, from the black side. F3, F4. Bishop D6, Queen D3 could be the next move here. Okay, so he's pretty aggressive right off the bat. Let's gain some space with E5. Yep, let's just capture with my knight, I believe. First, this opens up my bishop. Okay, let's go for some weird position. Telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. Let's see how is he going to castle on the queen side. This is just a must. Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now. We know I ain't ballin' yet. Hoes wanna holler, oh no, I don't call them back. Girl, let me see you hold it down. We gon' have a blast. And we are good to castle on the next move. What you gonna do with all of that? Ain't gotta say a word. I know what's up. You can have it all. Watch me whip it up. I'll admit it. You got me feeling hella loved. Even when it's going down, know that we gon' live it up. Young shot caller. Always been a baller. Know that you the one. I can feel it. Queen G4 could be. Not sure. He gets a active position with his queen, king b8. Because anyhow, I will be playing king b8 anytime. I mean, sometime soon. So what's the idea with queen c2? e4, pawn e4, pawn e4, knight e4, bishop e4 is there. But e4 you can just play e4 there. Yeah, but then maybe e3, I've got some attack on the queen, bishop d3 is there. No, yeah, takes queen f2, queen d1. I mean, I would love to play d4 here. D4 looks good because it stops this d4 pawn. I mean, the d3 pawn, and then this bishop, I'm not sure, has some good scope. d4 looks equally good. e4, I'm only d4 and then e4, knight e4, bishop e4. I'm not sure though.
Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy. When we're in too deep, and you and we got history.
e4 and d4. Then what?
Say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror. Say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look
Uh,
say, hey, I'm sorry for all
you know what? Let's just play some gambit here. I hope my
the pain.
opponent is not stream sniping. Nice, makes sense. Okay, let me just put my laptop on charge. Hey, isn't... Okay, did not... My bad. Let's do it right away like this. Okay, now I can play...
My love it grows with the memories like a symphony.
Let's just play e3 here.
We got history.
Ooh, that's bad. That's
And when
pathetic.
you're alone,
Um,
do you say my name or you say her name?
let's first of all ruin the coordination of his pieces,
Like a symphony.
and then I'll capture on c2.
We got history. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy.
Let's make sure he's definitely not castling, and then we'll just capture. Nice. uh, let's play with Sudeep if he is online. Yeah, he's online. Let's issue him a challenge if we can. I hope Sudeep is there in the chat. Oh yeah, he is. Okay, let's go for d4. Ooh, we have stone wall. Okay. Let's go for bishop g2 here. Oh, my bad. There we go. I'm losing a piece. My bad. Let's offer him a rematch. That was just a... What can I say? Good game, man. Good game, Sudeep. What can I say? Okay, so we are playing with black pieces. e4. Let's play d6. Okay, let's go for poke defense if we can. Okay, so we have the similar formation with e4, d3. f4. Oh, nice. That's not happening. Yeah, I mean, bishop g5. I'm not really afraid of that. Okay. He's keeping the position closed, which is fine. Let's see if he wants to. Oh, nice. Hey, I'm not. Oh, hi Ryan. Good evening, good evening. Nice to have you on stream. Long time no see, man. Let's see how White responds.
When you want to get off that darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground,
Okay.
but gravity pulls you straight down.
Now we've momentarily defended f4.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, gravity pulls you straight down.
And we're getting to f4 here, anyhow. Now the only question is, okay, now the only question is, should I capture with the e pawn or the g pawn? I think I'll capture with the g pawn here.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show.
No, it's the thing is I have more space, but then he has also some better position. Yeah, okay, that was expected.
We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. You search but you stay lost. We're reaching for the stars. We're making this too hard. And I wonder
Okay, let's try to gamble away this pawn.
that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow.
and capture this pawn now. Play queen f6.
Reaching for stars. I wonder where you are. Oh. We lose ourselves in the spirit of things. We lose
Maybe
ourselves when we put our trust in
we're
things
getting a
of this
drawish
material
position.
world, of things that
Okay, maybe he's up
fade
a pawn here, but
away.
then I'm not sure.
Yet we keep coming
Yeah, there we
back,
go.
keep coming back, 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 keep coming back. Of things we know.
Okay, g5, queen e7. Nice, nice, nice. Now bishop f7 is almost trapping the queen, but then he has got queen f5 check. You see, I'll be back in a moment, guys. Okay. So- hmm. Oh, hi Shobit, nice to have you on stream.
We lose our sight when we put our trust in things of this material world, of things that fade away. Yet we keep coming back, 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 keep
Hmm.
coming back, keep 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 coming back. Of things we know.
Let's see. What do we get here? He's playing pretty good. Or I'm playing, but I'm not really sure what exactly is the reason here. But one of the two cases, I believe. Yeah, could be. Basically, stream sniping, right? Yeah, nice, nice move. Um. Okay. Sure, but I haven't really played a lot of Bullet. I mean, we can play, but the only thing is, I don't really consider Bullet to be helping me in improving my chess knowledge. Again, to each his own, but I just don't like Bullet that much. But maybe we can. Someday we can. Nice. Oh, I blundered. That's a mate. Good game, man. Good game. Let's go for one more if we can. Good game. Okay, let's go for e4 this time. Maybe. Yeah. Nice. c5, Sicilian. Um, okay, let's keep everything closed. But that's okay. Let's see how it turns out. By the way, it's 2 in a row that he has defeated me. Let's see if we can generate some good play in this game. Oh wow, nice, Shobit. Why don't you? I mean, we can do a collaboration if you want to. That would be great.
When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memories
Oh,
gone.
nice.
I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt.
I'm really hoping.
I remember you.
Okay, I'll not say that on stream, but I'm really thinking about how this bishop would develop on C8. It's, yeah, okay. Now knight H5. And here's what I don't like about, yeah, okay, maybe F6. Yeah, could be played any time here. Let's let's C3. The idea of playing D4 at some point of time if allowed.
Close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind work backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone.
Oh, is it? What did you see? Is, oh, my bad. My bad. Yeah, she's working. She's doing some work, so maybe. Nice, but I really don't see the point of sacrificing the rook on F8 for the knight on F3 because the pawn is still there on E5, which is kind of helping me out with this position, keeping everything closed intact. Nice. Mhm. Let's just reinforce this pawn because I want to move away my queen at some point of time. What is the source of chess knowledge? I mean, I've been playing chess for quite some time, almost a decade. So it's been a lot of uh, videos, a lot of books, not a particular source, but mostly I would say there's this book, there's this entire course known as How to Reassess Your Chess by Jeremy Sliman. That's one of the books, but then he has got a couple of books in that series. So you should definitely go for that. Now I can induce some weaknesses with Queen C2 and Knight G5 could be an idea here. Let's see if we can. I get like G5, H6 is already there. Yeah, let's go for this. You already read. Oh, great. If you have read, then that's great. Okay, nice. Probably play bishop f4 here. Yeah. Hmm. And now what? How should I go about this? I'm not sure. Maybe just bring my rook to the d file, semi-open file. Chess books are so costly. Yeah, they are. But then I would say you can go for a second-hand book because most of the books which I have bought, they're second-hand. Or, I mean, I don't really propose this idea, but then you have got torrents, you have got books from PDFs. You can go for that. But I would say uh, you can get a lot of books for a cheap price, generally from second-hand shops. So yeah. Okay, so it's targeting my A2 pawn here. Now there are a couple of ways to defend this. Let's play B3 here. If C4, which is something I want him to play, then B4, Queen 8, Queen A3, Bishop C1 is there. So those are some of the ideas I've got there. By the way, I am right now okay. So I recently bought a book. It's called. I'm not sure if it's visible on the. Yeah, I guess it's not. Let me just try to bring it in frame. Yeah, it's called The Woodpecker Method. It's a great tactical book, which I mean, they also have a course on Chessable. So if you want to go for that, it's up to you. And it's a pretty good book. So the idea is that you solve a certain set of chess problems again and again over a period of time, obviously with shorter intervals, so that the idea is that you develop those new ideas in your head. So yeah. Hmm. So it's trying to open up this file, right? But since I have more space, I should not be exchanging of pieces, right? However, let's see. Captures, captures. This rook is hitting my queen. I can play something like queen e2. Yeah. But then bishop b5 is there. Yeah, let's just save everything. Let's just defend everything. I recommend 1000 checkmate combinations. I have heard about that. I haven't really bought that book. Didn't check it out. Uh, so I really can't comment. But yeah, I have heard about that. But then again, um, you can, I believe, go for any book. The idea is to develop certain habits, certain patterns. It can be through any book, I believe. Any good book, I should say, from any good chess author or chess publication. Nice. Uh, hmm, nice. Mhm. Let's play h4 here, and the idea is to generate some play on the king side, maybe, if we can, because the center and the queen side is almost locked, I would say. Also, the pawn on e6 is a little weak. I can play against that. So he's playing against uh, the queen side. Okay, let's just capture. Let's see if my opponent is tactically aware. And I'm playing a little slow, I believe. He is tactically aware, I believe. Let's see how he responds to this. Okay, he has fallen to the he has fallen for the trap. However, let's just defend everything. I still don't want him to. I guess that was fine. Yeah, rook eight. I mean, yeah, it's fine. Hmm. Nice. Let's go for g4. Hmm. So he's hitting the pawn. Let's just defend it. Maybe he has got a check over here, but that's defended. Hmm. So So there's some pressure on the pawn there. Let's just go for this. Let's complicate the position a little bit here. Uh, okay, that's fine. And we're winning this one on time. There we go. Okay. I'm not sure if we should play one more because it's already 10:30. Um, should we or should we not? Wait. That cost, I recommend that cost 80. A2 pawn is weak. Yeah, A2 pawn is was weak. I think let's go for one more before we call it a day. I mean, these games are pretty intense. Yeah. Okay. So is it going to go for G4, G5 idea? Okay, let's see. So we have some sort of a King's Indian style kind of a structure here. Nice. I don't know how to play this, to be honest, against this setup. Okay. Again, I just don't know what I'm really doing at this point of time. Can we one bullet game? Okay, sure. After this, we can go for one bullet before we call it a day. But I'm not really sure. It will be my first bullet, I believe, on leeches after a long, long time. Hmm. Nice. Okay, let's. Why don't you ping me your ID, Shobit, and then we can probably play a bullet. I guess with this position, with the idea of E4, I really need to see how I should proceed because I really don't know how to play with this. So there we go. We have a game from Shobit. It's a bullet. So let's see what do we get. Okay, nice. Ah, I should have captured on maybe, I don't know. Just go for this. Hey, what? Man, I don't know what to do. This is weird. I just lost upon a piece for nothing. Let's just. I'm not sure if I can really do something here. Oh, there we go. I lost my queen here. Let's go for one more before we call it a day. Okay. Let's just. Mm, nice. Ah, there we go. Um. Okay. Looks like I'm getting a call or what? I'm not sure what exactly that is. How could that be a call? It could be a group call. There we go. Okay, let's call it a day. Uh, pre- it's been pretty long. I've been streaming for 2 hours. So yeah, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, then